Hi guys, Michael with Owner Builder Class here. So I've had several of our Owner Builder students reach out over the last couple of weeks wanting an update on the cost to build a home. Now these people realize that just a small drop in the cost of labor and materials can translate into big savings or a higher level of finishes for their dream home. So let's say the overall cost to build drops by just 10% on a cost per square foot of $145. Now that translates into a $36,000 savings for the average home, and that savings can lower the overall cost of the home, or it could say finish a basement. So let's dig into the latest cost numbers to see what's happening now and talk about where costs may be headed in the future. I want to show you a chart that depicts the price inputs to residential construction over the past 5 years. Now on the vertical axis we have PPI inputs to residential construction, and the horizontal axis shows time. Now the dark line represents goods less energy and food, and the red line represents services. Now looking at the first 3+ years of the chart from September 2017 through to just before the pandemic start, we see prices for residential construction inputs were pretty consistent and constant. Then the pandemic hit and things started to escalate. Now this is nothing earth-shattering, but it's interesting to see that prices have peaked this summer, and although the services number has come down a little bit, the goods are staying at an elevated level. So let's drill down to some of the specific numbers to get an idea of what we're seeing in the cost of materials to build a new home. The good news is that lumber costs have been coming down. Now, this is obviously one of the major components of the PPI for residential construction. Now, if we look at the futures prices of softwood framing lumber, we see a drop of almost 49% year to date as of when I shot this video. Now, the PPI for softwood lumber dropped 2.9% in September, following a 5.2% drop in August. Now, they've fallen almost 40% since March, but are still 41.9% above pre-pandemic levels. So looking at our lumber costs for the open book build home, which we finished up just prior to the start of the pandemic, we see the retail price of a 2x6 9-foot pre-cut stud was $4.91. Now today that same stud at the retail level is $11, more than double the pre-pandemic level. A single sheet of 4x8 16-inch thick OSB sheathing used in walls and roofs was $10 then, and now is $13.60, or a 36% increase over pre-pandemic levels. So that's lumber. But if lumber costs are coming down, why isn't the PPI for building homes coming down more rapidly? Well, let's take a look at some of the materials that continue to go up. Now, the price of ready-mix concrete has continued to go up since early 2021. Now, for those of you that might not be familiar with this, ready-mix concrete is the stuff that comes out to the job site in a concrete truck, one of those that spins, ready to pour footings, foundation walls, and pour concrete floors and driveways and porches, that kind of thing. Now, the PPI for ready-mix concrete increased 1.4% last month, and the index has climbed 8.9% year-to-date, which is the largest September year-to-date increase in the series' 34-year history. Another building material cost that has gone up consistently since the beginning of the pandemic is gypsum. Now, gypsum is a critical ingredient of Portland cement used in ready-mix concrete, and this is partially to blame for the increases in ready-mix concrete costs that we just talked about. Now, gypsum is also a major component of drywall, and although the PPI for gypsum decreased a measly 0.2% last month, prices have increased 20.2% over the last year and increased a whopping 46% since January 2020. So overall, the cost to build a house are starting to decrease ever so slowly. Unfortunately, they're not coming down as fast as owner builders would like. Now, I think the slowdown in single-family homes should help moderate these prices. Just this week, the home builder sentiment numbers came out, and they're pretty ugly, having dropped 50% from what it was just 6 months ago. Builders cite the rapid rise in interest rates as the main reason for a drop-off in new home sales. The chief economist for the National Association of Home Builders says this will be the first year since 2011 that we've seen a decrease in single-family home starts. But keep in mind, multifamily homes and commercial construction uses many of these same inputs, and therefore the demand may remain strong into the near future. And it seems like daily we hear of another semiconductor chip or electric vehicle battery plant to be built in the near future as well. And although I don't have a crystal ball, I do think the overall cost for labor and material to build a new home should continue to come down over the next 6 to 9 months as demand continues to soften. And for those of you that are interested in building your own home, while taking on the role of general contractor, you can stop by and check out the details of our online course at ownerbuilderclass.com. Thanks for watching.